Hi there, I'm Adrian from Riga. I've been making some new patterns for the vision curtain, the starvision vision curtains. What we've been doing, we've made a full set of 30 new patterns for the SD card that you put into the grey programmer. To get the best out of these, you do need to use our vision controller as well, the Riga vision controller, because you can hold a pattern for as long as you want to, you can run them on auto, you've got instant control over the speed, etc., all with the Riga vision controller. That plugs in through the DMX of the grey programmer and runs the grey programmer. And you put your SD card into the grey programmer. Now, the SD card that we've created, there's all sorts of different patterns on there. We've gone quite a lot for the retro style patterns of the old, a bit like the old Pong game, you know, the old Atari games, that type of stuff, Tetris, that type of thing. We've renamed them, they're different names and things. We've emulated them loosely. They're not an exact copy, they are our own designs. And what we've done also, we've done quite a lot of text on there. There's signs like congratulations and various other things and party and such like. And there is also a section on there where we can put custom names on. So we can put your disco name or your band name on there. There is a section on this one that I will be showing you where there is a band name. We've made a card for a band and their name is on this pattern sheet. So you will see it going through when I display the patterns to you. I will be running through very, very shortly. I will be running through all 30 patterns and naming them so that you can see what we've been doing and what is on the card and what you get for your money. Now, the card costs one price. You do need to get in touch with Starvision for that to find the information out from them as to the cost of the cards. The price of the card is one cost. If you want a custom pattern on there with your name on, that is a charge over the top of that. We take out one of the patterns that's on the card, we replace it with your text, with your name, and it is a scrolling text along the lines of a rolling right or a moving message display, but it uses the whole of the star cloth and it cascades through. You'll get the idea when you see some of these patterns coming up in a few moments' time. Anyway, I'll work my way through the patterns that's on there and I'll say what the name of them is as we go. This one is the block pattern. This is actually pattern 2. So we'll go to pattern 1. Pattern 1, this is Space Attack. This resembles the old Space Invaders game loosely. We can speed it up. With the vision controller you have got control over the speed. You can speed things up, you can slow them down. And this is the first pattern on the card. Second pattern, this is blocks. Again, you can slow it down. The colours are very vivid, but you won't see them properly on YouTube. The videos on YouTube aren't as clear as what the actual cloth. They don't really do it justice, but this is just to give you an idea of the patterns that are on the card. So that's blocks. This one we've called slot machine. If I slow it down, you'll see what's happening slightly there. It's like the old slot machine lines when they go into place and you get a win line. So you can speed that up again, slow it down to suit. This next one is the custom name location. Now this is a band name that we've put on there. So you can speed it up and slow it down. But this can be your disco name, can be your DJ name, can be your band name. And this, to have this put on, is a cost over the top of the price of the normal card. We take one pattern out. We usually take out something like Pong or something like that, ping pong, and we'll put your name in there. So that's where you get your custom one. The next pattern, this says feel the bass. It scrolls through, changing colour on the words as it goes. I'll move on to the next one. This one says rock your body. This is the 6th pattern on the card. when you use the vision controller, it comes up as pattern 05 because we use 00 as our first pattern. It's actually the 6th pattern on the card. Rock your body. If I slow it down a little bit. The next pattern on the card, this is like a breakout, the old breakout where there's a bat that's knocking a ball into the wall and the bricks disappear as they get hit till it breaks through at the back. Again, you can speed these up and slow them down, so if you don't want them running slowly you can make them run quite quickly using our controller. There's your win line. Just let one run again, speed it up as quick as you like. We'll slow it right down. That's where the actual vision controller comes into its own, because you actually have full control. Then we'll move on to the next one. Now this is called black line. On this one, all the LEDs, there's loads and loads of colours over all the LEDs on this. You obviously, like I say, you can't see it properly on YouTube. Loads of colour. We're using all of the colours of the star cloth, and then we're blacking out in various lines. On to the next one. Now this pattern, it emulates the retro style dance floors, where the square panels all change different colours, doing different things. This is quite a good one to use on a very, very slow speed. That's about as slow as we go with it. If you speed it up quite a lot, it just becomes like random colours. But if you want it to give the effect that it was designed to do, slow as possible on this one. Looks quite good. Pattern 9. 9 on our controller. This is actually the 10th pattern. We call this one strike. This one's rather good for speeding up. Lots happening on there. On to the next pattern. This one, quite an interesting pattern. This is red balls, and the balls move around. They don't actually hit each other, they avoid each other at the last minute and move off. A real random looking effect. That's pattern 11. On to pattern 12. Now this, it's in all different colours. It's actually a 90s sign, so it's saying the 90s lettering, 90, and the little S at the right hand side there. The next one is a bit of a different pattern. This one is just rocking pendulums, a little bit like a Newton's cradle. They rock from knocking each other from side to side. So you slow that one down. It's just a backdrop effect. This next one, this is meteor attack. If you think along the lines of the old Asteroids game, spaceship in the middle there, shooting various shapes away. When it hits them, they explode. On to the next pattern. This is the 15th pattern on the card. number 14 on our controller. On the Riker Vision controller it'll come up as 14. On the grey programmer it's actually pattern number 15 on the card. And this one's called Waveline. We'll speed it up a bit, show you the variations of the speed of the pattern at different levels. The next one, this one's pattern 16, green circles. Very, very similar to the red ball pattern, the circles, but this is open circles rather than filled in. This one they're open circles, almost like hexagons, and they bounce around all over at random, slightly missing each other. Now the next one, this is a countdown from 10 to 1. It's random all over your star cloth, all over the curtain, the vision curtain, jumps from all over the place, then explodes when it gets to 1. I'll let it run through again. This one is what we call worm run. This is pattern 18. The worm's running all the way around the screen, filling in with a different colour behind it as it goes. Disappears into the middle of the screen and pops up again somewhere around the outside edge and starts all over again with a different colour. Goes from there. This one's rather good if you speed it up. On these ones, the YouTube video probably doesn't do them full justice because of the various colours that you need to see that you can actually see on the star cloth, but on the video on YouTube, the colours get a little bit washed out. This one's countdown to go. As it gets to the bottom, it'll say the word go and it'll drop off the screen. It stays in the centre all the time. This next one, congratulations, pattern 20. I'll slow it down a little bit, just so you can see it going through slowly. And then I'll speed it up and show you it going through quickly. It just says the word congratulations and scrolls through. I'll speed it up a little bit now, so it's a smooth scroll. Pattern 20. Here we go, pattern 21. It's the Starry Sky pattern. So completely random twinkly white star cloth. The white LEDs are dimmed as low as they'll go. And then it just randomly twinkles. If you slow it right the way down, that's on its slowest speed setting. This is pattern 21. That's on its fastest setting. As you see, with a vision controller you do have full control over the speed instantly. So if you do want it slow, you've got it slow. If you want it fast, you've got it fast. That's pattern 21, Starry Sky. This is the word party bouncing around the screen. All the letters random colours. They're all different colours to each other. That's the word party. Pattern 22. Here we go. This one's pattern 23. It's an 80s sign. The 8 and the 0. A little S at the right hand side. Pattern 23. Changing it to a 70s sign, pattern 24. The 7 and the 0 and the small s down on the bottom right hand side. Pattern 25. I'll slow this one down because you need this to go slow. It says play the music. Randomly bouncing around the screen. Play. There's the. And here comes the word music. Play the music. Pattern 25. Now this next one, on this I've repaired most of the square boxes. This one is a pattern that's similar, but it's the same, almost the same pattern that's on the old card. But what I've done with these, I've repaired most of the squares, filled them in. On the original card, most of the squares have got bits missing on them, or they don't make sense. We've actually filled all those in, joined them all up, made them all the proper size and shape. There's a few that you can't do it to, but the majority of the squares now match up as they should do. That's pattern 26. Pattern 27, this is called Pulse. This is pattern 28. And again, this is all the squares with all the different colours. I'll slow them down just so you can see them slowed down. pattern 29. These are squares, but the squares are all filled in. They're not open, they're filled in squares. I'll speed it right up just to give you some idea of what it's like on full. That's pattern 29, called multi-squares. The final one, the last of the 30 patterns, is like the old noughts and crosses, tic-tac-toe. And that's a quick run through of the 30 patterns that's available on the new card. As I said, there is also a ping pong one that goes on the normal card that replaces the custom program, and we take that one out and put your custom name in if you decide you want to have your disco name scrolling across the curtain.